Yo, y'all. Once again. All right. All right. Here we go. Marky Mark, you in the building?
In the
Can
building,
you
baby boy.
All right. That's what we loving. And we're joining you today here at Urban Matters Matter Live Chat because we gotta have a really important discussion today. Would you say, Brother Mark? And we had old Barry Obama. Let me pull him up. Cause see, he want all the smoke. I see. Want all the smoke, Marky Mark? Yeah, I want
Mr.
all the smoke.
Sator.
Let me see if I can pull this rascal up.
Boy, just wagging his fingers at the black man. Where are black women at?
I want you to come
Standing up.
in. Where they at, bro, Mark? Where they at? Where they at, bro, Mark? He
Man,
tell me.
who gonna have
They done
our
left us.
back? That's what I want to know.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. Go ahead, bro, Mark. I'm gonna let you take off with the commentary here at Urban Matters Black Media Group here on the October 15th, 2024. We're coming at you real live today. Right now, we survived Hurricane Milton, and we got our brother Marky Mark. He's going to give us an update on what's the update in Lake Wales, Florida, Brother Mark. And today we're going to be talking about
Ooh.
Barry Soetoro Obama. We're going to be talking about that guy today, and we're going to chop up some heavy game. We may have a couple of other commentators coming in on the live broadcast here later, y'all. But how's my audio sound, bro, Mark?
Audio sounding good, my brother. It is sounding good.
Okay, we
Dog.
don't got any feedback, any echoing or anything. Everything sounding crispy, huh?
No, it's so clear. Yes, sir.
Hey, all right,
You like it.
all right. Yes, sir. That's what we're talking about. All right, bro, Mark. Now, just kind of fill us in on what's the thing with this Obama coming out wagging his finger at black men, and we got a lot of beta brother males around here. These guys are literally falling for this, brother Mark. Can you kind of fill us in and kind of? I'm just trying to feel these guys' energy and why they're not upset about this, and who is upset and who is ready for all the smoke. On you,
My
Mark.
biggest concern is like you said, we
Breaking up on me a little bit, bro. Mark.
I lost it. Ah, I lost it.
Breaking up on me a little bit,
Am I back?
Mark. I can I can still hear you. Yeah, I can still hear you.
Hear me? Okay.
I can still hear you.
Um,
Yeah.
well, the process. Okay. Biggest concern is we must begin. Y'all said my granddad will fall for anything. We're standing for falling for
You sound like you're kind of underwater a little
it's
bit, bro.
no yeah.
Sound like you're underwater a little
I
bit. I think it may be your headphones. I think it may be your Bluetooth. I think we lost bro Mark there. I think we lost him, but Yeah, FB men, FBA men are ready for all the smoke. And they're saying that FBA men are not real men because we don't vote Democratic this election. Let me see if we can get our brother Mark back into the building. Back in the building. Bro Mark, please come back into the building. I believe your Bluetooth was breaking up on us a little bit, but I think we got you back now. I think we got you back. I'm going to play this quick video. Brother Mark back in. Chimes. See if we can get this video going when we wait for Brother Mark to join us again. And here we go. We're going to pop it off like this. Run it.
Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons.
So what y'all think about this? Was it kind of inappropriate the way Obama was kind of coming at black men, lecturing and scorning them about why they need to be voting for Harris and all of that? What you think? I mean, should we expect to see him maybe come out and scorn all the white men and tell them, give them a lecture about why they need to be voting for Harris as well, or all the Mexican men? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, he's definitely one of the best surrogates they got. So let us know, drop it in the comments. It's your boy.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm talking about, family. Listen, that man made a great point. The gentleman made a great point just then. And I think we got Brother Mark back in the building. Let's see if we got Brother Mark back into the building. See, I think we got Brother Mark back in the building. No, let's see. Got him. All right, here we go. I think we got him. Here we go. We got Bro Mark back in the building. Yeah.
I hear you.
And that was a great point that the gentleman just made, Brother Mark. I don't think you heard that one. I'm going to let you hear that one again. Hey, I'm going to let you hear this, Black, so I can get your take on this commentary right here, Brother Mark. Let's let you hear it so we can get your take on it. Here we go.
Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons.
So what y'all think about this? Was it kind of inappropriate the way Obama was kind of coming at black men, lecturing and scorning them about why they need to be voting for Harris and all of that? What you think? I mean, should we expect to see him maybe come out and scorn all the white men and tell them, give them a lecture about why they need to be voting for Harris as well, or all the Mexican men? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, he's definitely one of the the best surrogates they got. So let us know, drop it in the comments. It's your boy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree with that, bro, Mark. I
Yes,
totally agree with that.
yes. I only heard one little hiccup. I love the fact that sister came
I
and
love it.
responded the way she did. We need to
You
have
know,
more sisters standing up for black men like that because you give what you get, you know, and that's just, our women been getting our support, been getting our us standing behind them as they climb the ladder of success and everything.
absolutely.
And instead of taking a crap on us, our women need to by and large stand up for black men. Anytime they hear this stuff, this separatist talk. So I love that. Only thing I hate, she said she made a statement about, need to be some men standing up for a woman's not stripping away a woman's bodily autonomy.
You
Um,
heard it.
guess what? We ain't trying to. You ain't nothing being taken out your body except for that baby. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yes, sir.
We trying to stop the baby from being taken out that body. That's all. That's it. You can have your body. Just make your decisions with it and ride with the consequences of that decision. That's what we want you to do. So if you go and make a bad decision and something happen, then don't kill a life. Don't wait 2-3 months down the road and then 2-3 trimesters down the road and then talk about you want to get rid of it. That's a life. Somebody got to speak for that other life and that other body. So, but that's for another day. Barry Soetoro, Barack Hussein Obama is his new handle. How dare you? How dare you? For some reason, the Soetoro clan, the Obama clan, think that they can talk the black folk any kind of way, which also speaks to his wife talking. Like,
Yeah.
y'all might need to stop talking like y'all normal people. Y'all don't know what normalcy is. Even when you was in college sitting on the floor, you still had you still had a handler and you still had a filthy rich stepfather back home. So don't come to us with all this we normal people doing normal stuff because there is nothing about you that's normal. We can have an entire chat on Barry Soetoro / Barack Hussein Obama. So I loved what he represented. Check this out, Dr. Juice. Barack Obama represented a beautiful black family for 12 years in the White House, correct? After he
It
finished,
was 8.
I'm sorry, 8 years in the White House. Thank you for correcting me. Then, after he finished, Donald Trump took over for 4 years, correct, Dr. Juice? And then after that, Joe Biden took over for another 4 years. So, in the past 12 years, we have had nothing but Democrats running the United States. One quarter, one quarter of the past 16 years, there has been a Republican. So if the United States going to poo, who should we put that on, Dr. Juice?
Democrats.
Sound
Absolutely.
sound like they had the ship the majority of the time. So how dare you come and start wagging your finger at black men like we doing something wrong? Only thing we trying to do is survive in this economy that your party has created for us when we thrived 4 years ago.
Point
Because
at this point, yes, it's all about survival. And see, that's the thing that they're not understanding. They're not understanding that we have no choice at this time. We can't sit around and play these games with you guys. It's totally disrespectful for y'all to come out at the last minute with 30 some odd days left for the it may be less than that, Mark, but
Hmm.
it's an insult. And it's an insult for Obama to even come out, considering he didn't do anything his 8 years in office for black people. I'd never even heard Obama reply that he's a black man. See, it's
Never.
always these Democratic shills and these administrators that they have that always come out and want to say who's black and how black Kamala is and Obama was the first black, but you never hear it come out of that politician's mouth. Am I right? If
Yes,
you can
sir.
get me some footage of Obama saying, hey, he's proud to be the first black president, I will pay all your bills this month. If you can get Kamala to say she's proud to be the first black such and such in office, whether it be she's the first attorney general of California, the first one and only first black congresswomen, I will pay your bills this month of October at the end of the month. You can come out and say that you have footage or you have receipts that they admitted to being black and proud. And proud. See, that's the catch-22. And Kamala wants to come out and tell you who you just because you're a black man, you can't vote for Trump or you can't support Trump and the Republicans. When she goes home to a white guy every night, Mr. Dougie Fresh,
And raises his kids just
miss
like a
me,
good nanny. Just
miss
like a
me.
good nanny.
This woman is raising Caucasian, European, Anglo-Saxon kids. The whitest of the white, them J people, you know, they the whitest of the white. They're some of the most racist, pointing the fingers and wagging the fingers at you and calling you all types of anti-Semitic when they ain't even fully Semitic. We are the true Semites. So don't even get me started. That's a whole nother story.
Love it.
But I don't agree with Barry Barack. Because he can't identify with us either because he has a Caucasian mother and a dad from a whole nother continent. See, that's why I don't get confused with the title African American. I like to call myself an Afro American, but never African. That's like a misnomer. That's like a what's the word I'm looking for? I just said it to you earlier today. I can't think of the term that I'm looking for, but it doesn't make sense because we're not. How can you be of two continents? I never hear French people come over here and say, hey, I'm a French European. I'm an Italian European. That'll be two continents. I never hear African people come over saying, hey, I'm a Kenyan African. No, they just say I'm Kenyan. A French person say I'm French. An Italian person say I'm Italian. Why we don't have a description of that where we can say, hey, I'm American. I'm a melanated American. I'm indigenous. I'm Aboriginal. I'm actually the first Aboriginal person that can. I'm the only person in America that can say they from America.
Right.
So I'm so confused with this whole approach. Why we put the Democrats first and they put us last.
Wow.
The ballot or the bullet. That's what Malcolm X said. The ballot or give me the bullet. We put y'all first, y'all put us last. Y'all control over 2/3 of the Congress, and you still can't keep your promises to your voters, which is the most largest base you have, and that's the foundational Black Americans of America. We are totally loyal to you guys, and you put us last. You bring all these freaking immigrants over here, and you put them before us. And I'm not talking about my immigrant folks who've been here and who come here and they going by the rules and they doing their thing. I'm not talking about y'all.
Right.
Y'all know the ones I'm talking about, the ones that's sneaking into the country and getting all these unearned benefits.
Illegal
Illegally.
immigrants who they've changed the name to undocumented workers.
Undocumented.
Well, you shouldn't be working undocumented. I can't
Absolutely.
work undocumented. So how is it
Absolutely.
you can work undocumented? Like you said, we've been through this storm this past week, and the people up in North Carolina, they whole city get wiped out. I want to ask you two questions, Dr.
Let's talk
Juice.
about it. Let's talk about it.
How
I'm glad
many
you.
countries, how many countries are sending money, sending relief people, and making a concerted effort to rebuild Asheville, North Carolina, or any other city in North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, or Alabama? Because we send billions over to other countries, but nobody come to help us. My other question is, so we giving cell phones, food stamps, money, housing to illegal immigrants, and we won't give it to Americans that are suffering through these storms, who's been totally wiped out. What, you gotta get $750 and $1,200, and that's it? One lady lost everything and couldn't even. She ain't have her cell phone. The U.S. government don't give her a cell phone. Won't give her a cell phone, but you'll give an illegal cell phone. See, and this. Did you see where FEMA running out of money? You know why FEMA running out of money? The Biden administration,
Yeah, they gave it all to the immigrants.
right? And a
Well, they gave
percentage
it
went to
to
Ukraine.
Homeland Security, and then Homeland Security gave it to the immigrant. See, you got to be very, very careful with the wordplay and the word salad with Democrats. They'll be like, "Oh, Mark is making a disingenuous statement. They didn't give it to the immigrants. They gave it to Homeland Security. Well, damn it, the Homeland Security gave it to them. So all of them in the same damn circle of fuckery. Okay?
And
The point is, the
and
money's not there to take care of the citizens of America.
and that misappropriation of funds too, by the way. When
Absolutely.
our black colleges do that,
Absolutely.
if we get money for, I'm just saying, if we get money to grow potatoes, and we take $100 of that and give it to the tomato growing crew,
They want to know where it went.
they find out where it went, and then next thing you know, we wrote up in the paper talking about misappropriation of funds, and how we can't handle money.
Yep.
So so that is not proper in accounting anyway, for you to take budgeted money for this operation and give it to another operation. Especially when you're talking about this is taxpayer dollars that has been allotted for a certain operation. So they're wrong, but we're so stuck on stupid to where we won't hold the Democrats accountable for anything. And that is my concern. My concern is, when are we going to hold true and hold everyone accountable for the good and the bad that they do?
Yep. Good and the bad. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so we, this whole finger wagging at black people and talking to us, number one, like you black, talking to us, number two, like you can talk to us like that, talking to us, number three, like you one of us, meaning you come from where we come from. Man, you got to stop.
He's
That
not like
works.
us.
Right, not like us, baby. He come from rich people, period.
And that's the
I know
thing
his
too.
whole background.
And that's the thing too with black folks not realizing that Kamala and Barack
Very.
and Barry and Michelle, these people are multimillionaires. These people don't care about you. So just like you point the finger at all them rich people that she talking about putting all these taxes on the rich and da 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 da. Well, you got to put them on all the rich people them circles that you run in. Because baby, Obama's rich and Michelle is rich. I think I read some Michelle worth 80 million. I can hate to see how much Obama, and I know y'all look, family, I know this stuff hurts you, that we got to talk to you like this, man. And we got to bring you to reality by the truth. But if we don't deal with the facts, facts matter. And you're not going to be able to look at your next generation and say, hey, baby, well, I don't know. And when you sit up there telling them a blatant lie, because you got Urban Matters Black Media Group and you got me and Brother Mark right here now telling you, we giving you the facts. We just showed you the video. Let me play this joker. Let me play this super Negro talking all this junk about us, man. I gotta let people hear it for themselves, man, because I think they think we be playing, Mark.
Would you let somebody talk to your daddy or your granddaddy the way this guy is? That's what everybody need to ask themselves.
He talked to us like we were kids, like we're not relevant. He talks to us as if we're not intelligent. He talks to us as if we can't, like it's a curse for us to start thinking for ourselves. And see, that's the thing that they're really upset about, bro, Mark. They're sad because we're starting to think for ourselves and we no longer want to be on the Democrat plantation. And so they sent out Obama, who's the overseer of the Negro population. He can connect. So now they're sending him out to be their Negro whisperer. You know, like the dog whisperer, the Negro whisperer. He can get through to the black man. How can he get through to the black man when he's not a black man himself? He's not a black American man. So he has nothing in common with us. He can't even identify with our struggle because he was raised by Anglo-Saxon, white European grandparents in Hawaii. And Kamala was raised in Canada. You notice how these people are raised offshores or in some type of foreign type country far away from the true America? These folks are not like us. And that's not by mistake. That is orchestrated. That is strategy. Because they know if they was to put somebody like me or Bro Mark in office, in a high office like that, we're looking out for our folks first. That's first on the agenda. Let me play this, Bro Mark. Listen to this Negro. I mean,
I'm going to go ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities.
And notice, reports. Guess where them reports coming from? Right here. The grassroots, the Urban Matters Black Media Groups, the people that's standing in the paint, standing on business, speaking delineation and speaking the narratives that we control. That's where that coming from. It's coming from us. What we're doing right now, Mark. Yep, we're contributing. Right. We're educating. We are being mentors to our black men. That's what we're doing right now with this program. We're mentoring. Don't let nobody tell you different.
Is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
Listen how he trying to change up his dialect. Yeah. The brothers. Kamala does that same thing. That's called cosplaying. Right. Where you try to act black and talk black and sound black and try to make everybody perceive you as black, so you change up your linguistics.
So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly. and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who...
Somebody, you heard how he said somebody?
Yeah.
grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you,
Went to
understands
college
the
with you.
struggles.
What the college got
How?
to do with anything?
And you understand the struggle
the
how?
white girl? Yeah, you remember the white girl Rachel Dolezal? Remember she got
Yes.
caught portraying a black person. She was like the president of the NAACP or something. And she had been
Right.
running it, I'm talking about superbly, for like the last 10 years. And then,
Yeah.
lo and behold, somebody found out that she was a white girl. Oh, man, they lit her up, man. They ridiculed
Right.
her. They ripped her apart. I don't even know where that young lady is at now, but the lady was running the NAACP and the black organizations better than the black folks were. And then they found out, oh, Lord, she ain't no black. And they ripped
Right.
her apart.
Exactly. Now, tell me this: why is it we can't get that same energy to
Correct.
Kamala when we find out that she's not black? Why do
Where's
we
that
fight
energy?
for her to be black?
Where's that energy? Correct.
We need to match it.
Pain
Match the same energy.
and joy that comes from those
In the
experiences.
morning.
Who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land
Got-
and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities, from housing to making sure that our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents can
He
afford
can't.
medicine, and making sure that
What else?
we are dealing with prices that are too high and rents that are too high, and are committed to, is committed.
You talking about rent too high? Cause of y'all.
Y'all made the rent go up. What? Y'all made the rent go up.
This what make me upset with black folks, man. Y'all sitting up here, they throwing all these clues in your face, and yet still ain't nobody writing no check. All this
Bruh.
word salad, man, we don't want to hear that, man.
Bro, here's the other thing I wanted to break in when he brought. I would love to pick this apart, just like we're doing piece by piece, because he talking about her going to a HBCU, right? Well, we should be mad that she went and took the scholarship from a black woman, a black girl, when her mother, when her parents are rich, they were slave owners. She took a scholarship from a black girl by pretending she was black, just like a lot of people do in order to get certain scholarships at HBCUs and other schools. How you doing, Professor Voss? We should be upset. We shouldn't be lifting this woman up. We should have equal disdain for what she done. Go ahead, bro.
Absolutely. We got a professor in the building. Let's finish this out.
How my dear brothers doing?
Committed to making
We're
sure
doing good.
Great.
that we maintain the Affordable Care Act, so everybody's got help here, and cares about things like education and entrepreneurship in our neighborhoods. And that's on one side. And on the other side, you have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person. And you're thinking
Support that.
about sitting down?
Of course, y'all the one that showed disregard. He trying to put it on Trump. See how, bro, they literally sitting here trying to run a campaign on I'm not Trump. They ain't trying to offer no policies. All they offering you is that they're not Trump. What kind of campaign strategy is that?
And you're not saying anything concrete. You have yet to list something that's concrete about the man policies.
She called herself coming out with an economic plan for black folks. But the first paragraph, they go to talking about other people besides black men. This is the trick bag that they like to use. Right. This is the trick, man. I'm not making this up, family, y'all. I hate doing this. Trust me, I hate talking about this type of stuff. I would rather be talking about building up the black community on our own, using technology, using economics, black economics preferably. But I gotta talk about it because y'all keep ducking. You keep putting your head in the sand. And you're going to wait to the last minute. And then when your kids grow up and your grandkids grow up, you're going to be talking, I don't know what happened, man. Look, man, listen, all you need to do is just vote. You don't got to know what you're voting for. Just vote. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We got to stop it.
Can you tell me, brother, what took us so long? What took us so long to come out with this wonderful economic plan?
But just like professors say, you can't use the excuse that you didn't have the resources and you didn't have the tools, educational tools like computers and information and all of that. You can't use that. See, our parents, they was able to use that on us, but we ain't gonna be able to use that excuse. You feel me?
Right.
We ain't gonna be able to use that excuse. Professor, you want to chime in on this real quick? Give me 2 minutes. Let me finish the video out. Go ahead. 2 minutes. Come on, Professor.
Well, go ahead and finish the video because, you don't ask a preacher and a professor to say, nah, I can't do 2 minutes on this. Go ahead.
But, because of Pookie might be.
There you go with that Pookie and Ray shit again. You see how he talked to us? He don't tell Hector. He don't call Hector and Sanchez. He don't say go get your Sanchez's when he talking to the Latino community. He don't say when you talking to the Asian community, go get little chink chink and little tata. He don't say that. Why we let him toy with us like this? I'm talking about, but that shit get me hot right there, bro. Let me go ahead. Let me finish this thing up. Hold on.
And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president.
Oh my God, he did not just go there.
What? Playing the gender card now.
He didn't go there, did he?
So we're what? Black? No, a woman intimidates us. We're intimidated by a woman. Okay, all right.
Bro, yeah. Let me give y'all a news flash. Black men and black women, for the most part, connect with one another in a real community. You actually have some black men out here that had fathers and male role models in their life. And had black mentors in their life. That's what Kamala's on her new economic plan talking about. We're going to put mentors out there. Man, we don't want none of y'all mentors coming out there with the damn makeup and all of that on and trying to mentor all the young men and telling them, it's okay. Don't worry about it. If you want to wear some panties, put them panties on. That's what they're going to be mentoring our young men on. We don't need them type of mentors. We mentors. We already mentoring our young men. We already, for the most part, black men and black women get along. Okay? I just wanted to put that out there.
And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. And I think anybody you are talking to in a barbershop, anybody you are talking to.
Boy, they desperate, boy. They just throwing all the tools in all the raggedy tools out there. They trying to exhaust every little raggedy little broke tool they got in their toolbox.
And I hate to They
in your
always want to say
house.
barbershop.
Oh yeah.
They
See,
always want to
right?
say barbershop like that's the only place we talk. No, we talk on platforms like Urban Matters Matters.
Absolutely.
We don't just talk at the barbershop. We talk all around the world.
See, see, it's sad. This is the type of disrespect that I'm talking about right here, man. You hear him? Every sentence coming out of his mouth has a disrespectful damn tone to it. Boy, whew, let me calm down, y'all. Let me
In your family, at church, who is coming with that kind of attitude, I think you have to ask them, well, how can that be? Because the women in our lives have been getting our backs this entire time. They've been raising us and working and having our backs.
What about the fathers? What about the fathers? What about
Thank
the
you.
black fathers? You see how they do? That's their whole approach to put the black man to take him out of the equation, and he's non-existent. I'm looking at Professor right here. This man is a single black father. He raised his child with no mama. What about them guys? See, this is the disrespect I can't deal with, bro.
And when we get in trouble, and the system's not working for us, they're the ones who are out there marching and protesting. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who...
The shaming is through the roof. He's not talking about, oh, Kamala got this policy that you should be supporting, this policy that you should support. Professor, you should support it. Mark, she also is looking out for you on the job, on the trucking and all. Where's the fucking policies?
Listen,
Where are they?
where's the
Where are the benefits? You can't
shame?
shame
That's the
us into
benefit.
voting. You can't shame us. You can't try to force us. You can't try to denigrate us into voting.
For you and your people.
Bad as the struggle has been here the last 50, 60 years that we so-called have had civil rights and we still fighting. Come on, man. Somebody miss me with that, man.
has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable. That's not, this shouldn't even be a question.
Come on, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Because this man said absolutely nothing. And he was fishing the entire time. And this so-called plan of hers is a slap in any black man's face. They think niggas run for money. Excuse me. They think every time you want to make a black person happy, toss some money in their direction. And they gonna, I's happy, boss. Ooh, boss, I's so happy. No, they toss these numbers at you, and then there's about 25 different stipulations that you have to meet in order to get it. There's always a workaround when it comes down to Democratic money that they're throwing. When they talk about housing, they say, oh, you get this much in your tax. So that means I had to actually have the money, and I actually had to get the loan. So you didn't really help me. I'll let y'all. I'm sorry, gentlemen. These people crack me up. Legalizing marijuana and black men supposed to be happy because we all smoke marijuana. Y'all know that. Dr. Juice, where the weed at, man?
Five on it. Messing with that in the
Professor Voss,
weed.
You got that sack, Professor Boss? Where that blunt? Because you know we all smoke weed, and we should be happy that she trying to legalize it.
I buy my own weed.
Hey, what they gonna do? They gonna legalize your ass to go to jail if you get
Jail.
caught with some weed that ain't
No,
legal.
veterans, they look out, we're trying to get us off of those pills. You know, I got pain management, so I get my own weed, bro.
There you go. Military's finest.
So
So
you know,
I guess y'all want a lecture from me right quick.
Professor, what we need you to do is give us a real quick synopsis. Don't make it too long now.
I'll try not
On
to.
why are they attacking black men in America? Why is the black man considered to be public enemy number one?
Well, because first of all, historically, you wasn't brought here to do all this stuff you're doing right now. You were brought here to be a servant. Okay, so you're way outside of your scope in terms of why you were brought to this country. All right, but let me just back up a little bit, and I'll try to make it in 3 minutes. I am proudly protesting. I ain't got no vote for none of them, but I hate the Democrats, and let me tell you why. Back when Obama was president, everybody got gassed up and voted him in. He got 90% of black vote. Okay, but in his second term, people thought that, people thought there was hope. People thought that, he was going to do something. Well, he didn't. What he did to save his presidency, the second term, is that he went with the rainbow people. Now, I ain't mad at the rainbow people. I do a lot of business with them. But what happened was, I was working, this was like back in 2012, 16 and all that. And when he went with the rainbow people and gave them all kind of rights and policies, I heard you screaming about policies, Dr. Zeus. He allowed the rainbow people to attack us. He said, well, what do you mean, Professor? Well, it was a gay white man that came up with the term toxic masculinity. It was a white man. And they took that and they ran with it and they attacked us because most black men, I'm not talking about the sassy ones that Obama likes to deal with. I'm talking about real straight up dudes who we don't wear dress, we take care of our family, we stand on business. Those dudes, they called us toxic masculine. And it took me a long time, at least 5 years. I couldn't get no work. As a matter of fact, it was so bad in Atlanta, the CDC, as most of these IT shops were rainbow people. So I conducted an experiment. I had an interview with the CDC and I decided to wear a pink tie. And guess what, gentlemen? They hired me. They gave me an offer. So that told me right then, as a black man, if the rainbow people have taken over, and Obama, gay Obama, he protected them, he supported them. That's what it was. I'm on my own. So what I'm saying to you is that these people don't align with my values. I have core values. Either party does not address my value as a black man. And it's almost like they're begging for coochie with my vote. Okay? And my position is just like any other female, no finance, no romance from the professor.
well, thank you, Professor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm similar, but since I went to a HBCU, I'm a little I lean Trump way because he tossed money without anybody telling him to. He made it where we don't have to go begging every year for money. He made it where it was something that comes every year. We didn't have to go stepping and fetching the massa for money every time.
Let me
So
talk. Let me talk about HBCU right quick. I want to cut you off.
go
These
ahead.
HBCUs, two things, and I hear what you're saying, but I want to put something out there about the boule. All right, I can
Mm-hmm.
name 5 HBCUs right now who are in financial scandals with their money. Number one. Number two, the reason why I hate teaching in America, whether it's a majority white school or black school, is because I got to be interviewed by, if it ain't a Chinese, it's an Indian. Make that make sense. This is why I'm teaching overseas. So I have a real big problem with the HBCUs in terms of how they mismanage money, how they embezzle money, and that needs to be called out. Those your boule people, Dr. Juice.
Yep.
I mean, I agree. I agree. But we also got to look at percentages because you got to realize percentages. It's 107 HBCUs. So you know if we go 5, 6, 10 that's mismanaging, so that means it's 90 or more that's not, or 80. I mean, but my point is not about the organization and what they're doing with the money, because we can do that with all organizations. I'm talking about the man and his choice to give the historically black colleges and universities money, and then also on top of that, make it to where they don't have to come to master the beg for it every year like they did prior. That's all I'm talking about. Now, once they get the money, now that's another conversation. But right now, we're talking about the president and what the president can and can't do. So he made the decision. He recognized the need that black people had. He made a decision to satisfy that need without a whole bunch of back and forth. Other and you know what? Black folk was even talking noise to him while he did it, but he still did it because he knew it was right. So that that for me, that
Well,
says a lot.
let me add on to what you're saying. Here's what most black people don't know. I mean, if you just want to be fair about the whole situation, a lot of black people don't know Trump financed Jesse Jackson's
Jesse Jackson.
president campaign. He financed the rainbow, not the rainbow we know today, but the
Right.
rainbow, the rainbow coalition doing
Listen,
Jesse Jackson. So he now name me a Democrat. Them people you talking about. Name me of funding that they did for black organizations. You see,
Right.
look at all those pictures.
Right.
Listen, before Trump started running for office, black people couldn't stay away from him.
Yep. We
So make
rapped
that make
about
sense.
him. We had him at parties and everything.
absolutely. And y'all making some great
So so
points.
you know,
And mhm. Go ahead, bro, Mark.
no, yeah. Brother Juice, you might want to change our lineup. The writing is over Professor Voss. I can't see him. Is it like that on your screen? There we go. There you go. All right. Um, but yeah, I mean, but that you know what that does for me? That shows me how fickle we have become and how easy it is to guide our thoughts now
So
with the
sensitive.
media. I mean, one minute you like this man, and next minute you can't stand him and he's a racist and he's this and this, but he's doing stuff for us left, right, just like the one thing everybody always talk about. Remember that when with the gaming commission, he he was talking about, he say, you don't look like no Indian I ever saw.
The whole did. He was
And
saying he
and
said the Indians are dark looking. They call them Indians because their skin color is Indo. It's a darkish,
and
blackish, bluish, brownish color. That's not
And he
not the
said,
red man, not the Redskins.
right, he was trying to keep the mob from taking over the gaming,
Las
but
Vegas, right.
and taking the money from the natives. But you know, my thing is, my thing is, I align with people that say things I like. I don't believe that a woman, a man, or anybody else have the right to kill just because. You just can't, you can't make a mistake and then say, "Hey, I'm gonna kill the baby." Whoop. And that's my right. Because we can go a little further. Y'all know it's a law. You do know it's a law where if a pregnant woman gets shot and that baby died, it's in her belly, then and you'll be charged with that baby's murder. And if both of them die, that's double murder. So what if men start utilizing that law when they didn't want that woman to have that abortion? See, we gotta, man, let me tell you, we gotta stop with the mess. God's people shouldn't be fighting for things that's not of him. So that's something that I align with. So that's something else that I align with. So hold on. So just on those points alone, and it's more, that's why I'm going the way I'm going. Barry Satoro thinking that he can wag his finger at us and give us a bunch of stern talking to. I don't think us as a nation of people should ever allow that, because we only see this guy when he wants something, and that's not right.
Well, help me. So, Brother Mark, I'm getting old, so help
Yes,
me
sir.
help me with this. I remember when Trayvon Martin got shot, and I remember that it took him 30 days after being pressured by his wife and his daughter to say something. I don't ever remember a time, if I missed it, let me know, but I don't ever remember a time that this sassy dude dealt with black men or addressed black men. In fact, he said he couldn't do nothing. So help me understand. Did I miss something, Brother Mark?
You know, only thing I can think that you missed is the fact that when brothers was getting killed on wholesale during his administration, he came up with the Angel Act for policemen that protects them, nothing to protect black men or black people. He didn't make us a protected class or anything. But they did make gays a protected class.
Well, I remember that. And you know
So
what?
maybe black men need to pretend.
Well, you know what? I can't. I don't look good in the dress. I don't look good. I took AI.
Well,
I took AI and put a dress on, and it didn't look good.
didn't look good.
No, I can't wear
Well,
no dress.
you know, and here's the thing for me. How is it that you can come up with protections and laws for people, or no, for an unproven group of people? There is no way that you can prove to me that you're gay. You can't prove that to me. But I can prove every day that I'm a man. I can prove every day that I'm black. So tell me how you can prove that you're gay. Is that just something that I spew from my lips? Because really, it's an unprovable group of people.
Well, I
Mm-mm.
thought being gay was based on sex.
Right.
I thought it was all about sex. Is there any other
So
thing that they base it on? I thought it was all about sex.
right.
Who
So
who's zooming, who's zooming who?
who's going to their homes and watching what they do in order to prove that yes, you are LGBTQ, LMNOP.
But here's the thing. Again, when in his second term, when I saw him saying, "Hey, I'm rocking with the rainbow," I didn't get mad at that. I just knew that, once again, that as a black man, I'm on my own because he's taking care of them. And the best that I
Right.
can do is do business with them people. They got money. It's firewood season. When them gay people, whatever they do in their backyard with my wood, they buy a lot of wood. I ain't
Right.
mad at them. But I know that I don't have protection. I know that there's no policies in place that's going to help accelerate and empower me as a businessman. I know that, in fact, my strategies, as you see, I do
As a
business.
black, don't forget you're a black businessman. So
Yeah,
that's a big difference than just saying you're a businessman.
but here, and I appreciate that. But here, I'm giving you the professor point of view. People do what they want to do. I do business where people appreciate me, and there are other countries in this world who appreciate my intellectual property. They appreciate my education, even the women, everybody. So I go where I'm appreciated. I live where I'm tolerated, but I make my money where I'm appreciated, bro.
Oh, and let me chime in on that, Professor, too. Let me chime in on that real quick. My thing is, let's keep it above 100, right? Y'all know that's what we do here at Urban Matters, right? We keep it all the way real, and we gotta keep it 100. And I'm a businessman too. All of us are businessmen. Bro, Mark businessman, bro, Voss a businessman, and Juice, Dr. Juice a businessman. And to me, it's just like the Democrats, they come up with anti-businessman strategies. They don't really look out for the average everyday businessman. It's all about jobs, job, job. And I'm not knocking jobs. Hey, if that's what you want to do for 30 years, go for it. Knock your socks off. But one thing you will have to understand that you will never get rich off of earned income. Okay. You'll never be able to pass down wealth from earned income. It just ain't possible. And it's definitely not possible now that inflation is outpacing profits or is outpacing your retirement. You'll never be able to leave something to the next generation at the rate we're going right now. And so to me, racism, systematic racism is economic oppression. I think me and Bro Mark was having this conversation earlier, right, Bro Mark?
Yes, sir.
Nobody pushes anti-economic policies for black folks and families and especially black men more so than the Democratic Party. I'm sorry. Now the Republicans, they may not throw you no breadcrumbs, but they ain't gonna sit there and lie and talk about, look, it's some breadcrumbs down there. Look at that. I know it looked like old shit on the ground with cow manure. I know that's what it looked like, some bullshit. But if you eat that, I'm telling you, it's just like you're getting some benefits and you're getting some. That's what they want to do with us with the Democrats. It's like the Republicans just be like, fuck it, man. Hey, we ain't gonna put our foot on y'all neck, but we ain't finna give you nothing either. They let you know, look, man, we ain't rocking with y'all. That's why I don't understand how everybody keep putting all this stuff out about Trump and the Republican. Listen, if you want to vote for them, they'll love your vote. But if not, they're not really tripping. They're not pointing the finger at you and say, oh, Trump ain't going around talking about, oh, yeah, you white guys, you ain't voting for me. He ain't going around pointing the finger at black men or Asian men or Mexican. Oh, you guys aren't voting for me. That's not right. You're supposed to vote for me. Just like Joe Biden come out and say, well, you ain't black if you don't vote for me.
Don't vote for me.
They don't make those type of statements within the Republican Party. That's a statement of taking you for granted. That's a statement of taking you, putting you last. You're putting them first, like Malcolm X said, and they put you last. If you keep continuously voting for a party that has over 2/3 of the Congress and own the White House, and they still can't keep their promise to you after election day, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race. That's what you are. So now they want to come out and shame the black man. They want to send a little Negro whisperer, Barry Obama, like he can connect with the black folks better than anybody. That's an insult. Because they realize Kamala numbers is down. That's what they coming to the realization that black people not falling for the Jedi mind trick no more. Especially black men. And then for y'all to say, you know, instead of y'all just come out with the checkbook, y'all want to come out with more bullshit ass playbooks. We need the checkbook, not the playbook.
I'll tell you one thing, Dr. Juice.
I digress.
This is a data observation. Okay. Again, I'm part of agnostic. I don't, you know, but I will tell you in my business, I get more support from Trump supporters than I do Democrat. I'm just telling you straight up. I don't, and when they come to me, when they ask me politics, they say, well, I know you're not voting for that Kamala. I said, listen, I'm a black man. I'm black first. I'll tell every white person, redneck, whatever you want to call them, when I say that, especially Republicans, they do business with me, man. I'm all down. I'm telling you, as far as your eye can see, Trump 24. And I let them know, I said, bro, I'm a black man. And they do business with me. They do business with me.
I'm trying to eat, man. I'm trying to get I got grandkids. I don't find some type of pride in being broke and poor and busted and disgusted that these Democrats got us going through right now. I'm not comfortable right now. So you think I'm gonna keep coming out doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again? And then I see my wealth diminishing. I see my economic opportunities are they're starting to fade away. And I'm supposed to come out and say, oh, well, look, at least they ain't Trump. What?
I recognize it every time I go to fill up my Chevy Avalanche. I recognize that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris created this mess. Every time I get taxed in my wallet, every time I go to put fuel in that 18-wheeler, I get taxed by Kamala and Joe. So, no, I get taxed every time it's end of the year and you get to looking at the numbers and you like, wait, what happened? No. And here's the other thing. Both of you gentlemen already know because I've been sending y'all something every now and then on it. We are being set up. And if the people viewing this don't realize that we being set up, because I know these two gentlemen realize it. We are being set up, and when I say that, I mean as a group of people, because I recognize it, and I'm not gonna fall for the okie doke. But we are being set up, like Dr. Claude Anderson say, to be at the very bottom of the economic totem pole, fighting for scraps. And what make it so bad, we're not gonna be fighting just against the illegal immigrants and the poor whites and the poor Mexicans and the poor Hispanics. We're going to be fighting against robots who can do the job perfect every time. Or we won't say every, we'll say 99.8% of the time. Because that other 0.02%, they had a little glitch. And then somebody like Professor Valsa come program him and send him on about his business. And then he'll be right another 16,000 times. So we have to start getting our house in order. And the only way we can get our house in order is by coming together, coming together and forming a mighty fist, and stop with all this separatist stuff. Stop falling for the garbage. Everything you see, we have been taught to think backwards. When you get 100 years old, buy a 6,500 square foot mansion when you don't have any kids. Yeah, that make a lot of sense, don't it? Instead of downsizing and preparing yourself for the hereafter. That so come on, people. Let's come together. Let's start making things happen. Let's start progressing to the future and stop worrying about when we see people who's obviously doing something against our families and our generation. I hear black folk all the time talking about generational wealth. Guess what? Your gay son or daughter ain't going to create no generation, nothing for you. They can't create babies. Two men can't create babies. God did that. Nature, science did that. Two women can't create a baby. So how you creating generational wealth? It's going to stop right there at that generation. So when are we going to start getting ticked off, pissed off, and upset and not tolerating it and not putting up with it?
Better do something soon.
Yes, sir.
Do something
Because
soon.
this separatist stuff, like I say, you're gonna be fighting against robots. You better do your research.
So, Brother Mark, I asked the
Yes,
question
sir.
before the hurricane. I asked Dr. Juice, sir. I said, the hurricane's coming, and I asked Dr. Juice, I said, I wonder, with this
I
hurricane,
remember.
how many black churches will come together in just your community, or will they survive on their own? And I've watched on social media. There's only one church that I saw. There was only one church that I saw in your community that was distributing food, or at least they put it on. If there was another church, they didn't put it on social media. But this church did put it on social media because that's the way that they advertise. So my question to you is that when you talk about coming together, if 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 in your own community, if the churches didn't come together, which is the only black institution in your community, if they couldn't come together, how do you suggest that that's going to happen, Brother Mark, Brother Juice, sir?
Well, I think platforms, platforms like this, platforms like this. First we have to condition our minds. We have to open our minds. You know, back in the day, we used to call it being woke, waking up. When we talk about the black woke movement, not this new white woke stuff with kids
Right.
and gay down. We talking about the black woke. That meant that you had an
That's a
awakening.
perfect example of hijacking your culture, right there. What you just pointed out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so, yes, sir. I think this is the beginning. This is the beginning of people being able to think outside the box or start taking a deeper look at what's over there in the shadows that's in that box with them. And then once more of us begin to have that awakening, then more of us will be more open to doing things a little differently. See, because they push us to do the same things Dr. Martin Luther King done, Malcolm X done, and walk around, march, and make a whole bunch of noise on one weekend, and then go home. Ooh, child, boy, we showed them, didn't we? Oh yeah, girl. Woo, yeah,
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 some
dude, boy,
fun.
we made. Woo. Only thing you did was make the hotels rich. You made a whole bunch of noise. You made all the party supply planners, and you gave that city all kind of money. But then come next week, y'all doing the exact same thing y'all been doing. So that's what we got to stop doing. And these type platforms. help us begin to have that awakening. And that's why they try to send the Negro whisperer Barry Soetoro slash Barack Obama out trying to talk us out of it. Because when he go to these different platforms on his, when he see the what you call it, not the schematic, when he see the not the schematic, the the computer, when the computer tell you who's doing what, y'all always talk about it on online. Y'all know I'm new to
Read
this.
the readout.
The no, when well when Facebook they look and they say, oh, these are doing this, so they seeing
Oh,
you
the
certain things.
algorithms.
The
Algorithm,
algorithm.
data
Yes.
analytics.
So when they see the algorithm and they see that the majority of us are talking about this and we not standing for it, then they got to send the Negro whisperer out to try to move something. But he got us. He spoke about how Kamala's not doing like he done. See, that was a little ego. That was ego talking. But I guarantee you, if Barack
And that was
ran
you.
next, yeah, and if Barack ran next year or next election, he wouldn't get the same numbers because we know who he is now. He
Think
made
about it
us
like
open our eyes.
exactly. Think about it too like this. They not sending this Negro whisperer Barry Obama out unless they worried. They're looking at the numbers and they see that they are not. See that honeymoon? She was when she first came out, she was in that honeymoon mode. Oh, it's a woman and a black woman and black girl power, da, 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 da. All that fake stuff. They were hyping it up, hyping it up. But once that honeymoon period where it's just like all y'all guys been married before. You know how it is, boy. Some sparks be flying during that honeymoon. Or even we can say the anniversary, some sparks fly again. And it's that anniversary moment as well as that honeymoon moment. And it's wore off. And now people are starting to come into the perspective of where they're doing their homework now. See, that's another thing that they're doing. They so out of touch with and that's another insult to us, a slap in the face insult to um, our millennials. That's a slap in the face to our Generation Xers, right? I mean to say, our Generation Zers. I'm a Generation X. Y'all, we a Generation X. I think Professor come out of the baby boomer generation. But either way, it's a
Yeah.
slap, a backhand, and everything else in the face of people because you thinking that people are not evolving with technology now, and you're running the same stupid playbook, political playbook. Democrats, you
Yes.
deserve to lose. You deserve to crash and burn. You deserve to go head first into the dirt. You deserve everything you're about to get. And if Trump win, which I think he's winning, because Trump has been, by the way, Trump has been running a masterful, when I say masterful campaign, they're using AI, they're using technology, they're not sitting around pointing the finger and making excuses. Everything they telling you about commanding them is happening right now in real time. Look at the damn ports, the docks and the ports almost shut down last week. And we sitting around looking like, what happened? What happened? What just happened? What just happened? Your ass almost was about to starve. That's what about happened. Man, I'm done. I can go on forever, man. There's so many red flags out here in front of us right now that we are not paying attention to. And I'm sorry, man. I can't sit around and allow. I see my young generation, my grandkids and all of them finna get ready to walk into a fiery pit. And I'm gonna just sit back and watch it. I'm gonna sit back and watch. And I ain't gonna come on. If you can't communicate with your people like we do here on Urban Matters Black Media Group, you can't organize. This is organizing right here, what we're doing. This is mentoring. You got businessmen. You got a full-blown professor whose expertise is cybersecurity and data analytics, data science. Do you realize what's going on? I think we lost Bro Mark. Oh man, we lost him. Phone must have went dead. Professor, chime in. We're gonna wrap this up in a minute. Chime in, Professor. I wanted to play one more video real quick. Oh, let me play this video real quick and I'm gonna let you chime in after this and I'm gonna let you bring us home real quick. All right, Professor.
I don't want to hear nothing about cinema. I don't want to hear nothing about mansion. You carry a big stick. You need to walk softly and carry a big stick. There's a way to try to get members of your party to try to do the right thing. It's called negotiation. It's called, hey, I'm going to rain down on you if you don't. So the fact that they did not pass increasing the federal minimum wage in the first 2 years of the Biden administration, $7.25 for well over a decade, troubles me. And then they blamed it on parliamentarians. Paid family medical leave, why don't we have it? So those things trouble me. So I know that this is a cheerleading fest. I'm just a different kind of Democrat. So I'm going to take them at face value that when she's in the first chair and he's in the second chair, they're going to do a new thing because it is important for our viewers to understand she's the vice president, so you got to march to the drum, to the beat of the president. But I've just heard these things over housing and healthcare is a right. Well, yeah, it is a right. So why don't we have universal healthcare? Why, as a country, are we allowing corporations to gobble up property in this nation to drive up rents and price people out of being able to live in the communities where they grew up? Hello, Chicago. Hello, New York, Seattle, places like that. So, no, you saw me right. And then the Project 2025, this drives me absolutely insane because I want to know where the Democrats' Project 2025 is. It's one thing to point out that the Republicans have a plan to destroy this country and take us backwards. Once you tell me that, I want to know what your plan is to move the country forward. I don't see that in the Democrats, and I see it, this Project 2025. We should be concerned, but I see it as a scare tactic.
I mean, I think you're right about that, particularly in the Project 2025 stuff. But does it bother you that, these are the things that you say need to be enumerated by Kamala Harris and by this campaign? Sure. And she's not talking to the media because the poll numbers been going up.
She didn't come to the free press.
Yeah, we asked.
Man, I'm about to make a call.
Yeah, can you call her
right now?
I think you can you WhatsApp her right now? Yeah, I mean, she's gonna come. But but that's. Do you think that she should be out there talking policy and not saying, you know what, I'm floating right now. Let's see if I can remain floating for a little while.
And just to add to that,
yes.
So she does seem to be headed policy-wise in the opposite direction than what you might want, right? I mean, in 2019, she was much more radical on every single one of the issues that she spoke to. Everything we've heard so far this round is a kind of moderation. So I guess my question is, does that worry you? But also, I mean, why are you still a Democrat given,
Faithful that want people like me to stay and to raise hell. Two major parties, unfortunately, in this country, not a whole lot of room yet. I hope one day, and I hope I live to see it, to have an independent party. I just want to raise hell inside. So there's some people on the outside. For now, I'm on the inside. Who knows if I'll stay. But I do feel at times like I'm beating my head up against the wall. They rigged the election against Senator Bernard Sanders in 2016. They rigged the election against him in 2020. We all may remember when the top 4 or 5 candidates all coalesced around, or the top 4 candidates coalesced around the vice president at that time, Biden, who was not doing very well. But they all got a call. So they jumped the race, and they jumped out of the race, and all got behind President Biden.
It's a
So it's a legitimate question. Yeah. I don't know.
But is there anything? So for example, I'm hung up on this. But so the head of the Teamsters was welcomed at the RNC and gave the
to enslave us. I don't necessarily think parties have switched places, as I hear all the time. I just think that both parties are captured by corporate interests, and that pains me greatly. And I wish that the American people had.
Listen, this sister, she been chopping it up heavy, man. She came out and she said that the Democrat Party emasculates black men. What's y'all take on that?
So sassy is in. Again, it goes back to what I was saying about the male toxicity. And if you look at our environment today, it's sad for me to say this, but we don't have, as black men, any standards of manhood. Where are we teaching manhood in our communities? So right now, if you want to get money from the Democrats as a black man, you got to be sassy. And we got a lot of sassy dudes. Sassy has been, I call it the sassy culture. You're not gonna get paid. You're not gonna get paid being, a solid black man standing on your business. I see this. I live in Atlanta. We just had the gay pride, but then we had the black gay pride, right?
Wow.
Those people, they're making money because they're in that sassy culture. Again, I ain't hating on nobody, but I know that it goes against my values. Sassiness goes against my value because we have too many problems and challenges that requires manhood in our community. When you look at the data around us as men, when you look at our boys, when you have to ask yourself, why these boys can't resolve issues? Why by the time they get to the third fuck you, they're pulling out guns because they were raised by a single mother. There was no man around. That's by design. So I'm anti-sassy.
Love it. I
I
love it.
agree.
Absolutely. Mark, you want to chime in on that?
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Um, Unfortunately, you know, what happens is when you have a group that's been attacked as much as black males, you know, some people they tend to gravitate to something that they can go to give them some sort of power. Hence, hence fraternities and all these other institutions and sassiness.
Mhm.
All this stuff give you this false sense of power, but there's no power like us moving as one. No power like it. But if we keep allowing ourselves to be divided up into all these little sects, then that just gives somebody a different way to attack us. So, you know what? When I step out there on that road outside of my house, somebody drive by, they can't, the first thing they're going to say is that's a black man. They're not going to say that's a Kappa, a Alpha, a Mason, or nothing. They're going to say that's a black man. So we have to be black first. Before all that other stuff, we got to be black first and then move to make our neighborhood strong. Because I agree with you, Professor Voss. The only way Mark can live on forever, the only way I can live on forever is by my kids having kids. Because through my generations, they continue my genetic code, my granddaddy's genetic code, his granddaddy's genetic code. But if we start allowing this to happen, we start cutting off our bloodlines. We start cutting off our genetics, and we won't see no more of me on the earth. We won't see no more of you on the earth. So we got to go bigger than all this emotional. This what I feel. No, no, it's just you being weak minded, and and you're gravitating to something that you feel is going to give you a little bit more power. I'll stop right there, Dr. Juice.
It's so many protests and things going on around here, and look what they did to the Kennedy guy, the Kennedy
Robert.
it was Robert Kennedy there, the one that was running for office. They literally got the judges together. I know I hear black folks all the, well, Trump got all the judges. He appointed all the judges. Man, the Democrats literally got judges together and took this man out of the election, period.
Yes.
Because they
Yes.
knew he would possibly win as an independent side of politics. And a lot of people want something new, something different, and I think a lot of people would have resonated towards the Kennedy guy. But just look at the stuff, man. You can go to Twitter, you can go to X and just pay attention to a lot of the global stuff that's going on. And you got let me play this one guy here. I like this guy here. He be chopping up a lot of game. Let me see if I can let this guy here play real quick for y'all. It's a quick little short little thing here. Let me let this guy play here. I love him, man. He's cool. He was on Tariq Nasheed's hip hop. Tariq Nasheed brought the documentary out about the hip hop and how the hip hop is now being hijacked, and the immigrants are trying to say that they were the founders of hip hop and this and that. And this dude here, he came out on there, man. He's a real intelligent brother. Let me take this other part off the screen here so we can see the full screen here. Let me let this play what this guy is saying. Listen to what this guy is saying.
Bro, I just had my man. There was a Trump rally out in Long Island. I had my man Jamar Milton go on behalf of the God Pod with Lord Jamar on YouTube. He said it was
That's his name, Lord Jamar.
packed as fuck. He said, as a black man, he felt no racism whatsoever out there. They actually brought him in type of shit. You know what I mean? Like he felt welcomed to be there by the people that was there. Who he didn't feel welcomed by were the demonstrators that were against Trump. They were the ones looking at him like, oh, what are you doing over there? And he didn't have any Trump regalia or anything like that. He was just there to do interviews, just to say, why are you voting for Trump? Why are you voting for Kamala? And he was being harassed by what we have now termed as radical Democrats, okay? Because there are radical Democrats out there. What do you think that was who tried to assassinate Trump? Those are radical
And speaking of killing Trump, did y'all hear about the third assassination attempt that happened Sunday? Oh my God. This stuff is getting out of hand, man.
No.
This is getting out of hand. I can't, Mark, I cannot co-sign this stuff. I'm sorry.
Democrats.
No.
Y'all are acting like the Republicans are the ones with the guns and all that. But radical Democrats have now twice tried to kill this nigga.
He said they tried to kill this nigga. He called Trump a nigga. That's funny right there, boy. But I'm just trying to laugh, man, because I just can't deal, man, anymore. I mean, we act like the Democrats are just as sweet and just as nice and just as they looking out for our well-being, and they're helping the progressive bosses, and they are cuddling the marks, and they are helping all of us. And we're going to be okay under the Democrats. Well, if that's the damn case, why we ain't okay right now?
12, I'm sorry,
8.
12 of the past 16 years, we have been ran by Democrats. What have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately? Janet. Oh, they even went at Janet. They had the audacity to go at Janet Jackson.
Right,
These people
right.
is lost their damn
It's
mind.
sad.
Well, sir, the bottom line is this. And every time I come on your show, I ask this question. When all of this stuff is done, how are you going to survive? Let me explain something to you, gentlemen. I just started my teaching my course overseas. I'm teaching in Sweden. I have Vietnamese students. Okay, when you look at the Vietnam economy, it rose by 7% last year. These people over there in the Asian companies, I teach in the Eastern countries now. These people on a whole another level. They're looking at creating products to sell you because you're in America. We don't make nothing but a bunch of bullshit.
You mean East Asians, East Asian company.
East Asians, right? They are making things. They are about their education. Now,
well, thanks to the Democrats, because the 1994, I mean to say the 1996 NAFTA agreement, gave all the manufacturing rights over to those Asian communities, those Asian countries.
Now here's
this my thing, Professor. Why do they people come over here and take over and don't never go back and contribute nothing to those other nations? Like the people, those Asians and all of them that come to America, them people you talking about, they don't mess with them no more. They're outcasts as far as their countries are concerned.
What I see is that they pull resources to go back to their country, is what I'm seeing. And must I remind you that these Eastern Asian people, they're working for American companies. They're working for American companies. I'm teaching students right now working on their MBA to work for American companies.
You're saying pretty much America's being sold to the highest bidder.
Absolutely. Walmart. What do you make out of Walmart? Using Home Depot today. No, all that wonderful, beautiful stuff at Home Depot, we don't make that. So here's the thing. I'm on education, and here's
how do we take your course, Professor? How do we take your course, Professor?
Here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you a better question. Why can't we make our own? I'll make you a course. I've always said that to Dr. Juice. I can make you your own course. We like Dr. Juice was saying, we have that talent. We have so much underutilized resources in our community. But see, here's the thing. These functional illiterate preachers and people that you have in your community, they ain't gonna do it. Oh man, Volk be talking. He think he that. So how do you overcome that?
Gatekeepers, the black leadership, the boule.
I don't get no respect from my own people.
The NAACPs.
They don't recognize me as a professor. In fact, I remember some time ago talking, and I'm not gonna call no name, but we were talking about something that was totally unrelated to education, and he came out of nowhere. Well, Bo, I got more. I just got just as much education as you. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Let me tell you something. I make it my business to read these
insecurity
and stuff that y'all do in your community, and most of them pastors and most of them people on Facebook, they are functional illiterate. They can't write, and they can't write a complete sentence. I read it. Now, he bashing us. I'm a professor, bruh. And all I'm saying is, at what point will you become motivated enough to educate yourself? You take, like, for instance, I've been watching Juice. Juice self-educated. We need to teach our people how to educate yourself. You don't need to go to a public school. You don't need to go to public school. We have to organize educate ourselves the same way we did before they introduced public education to us. You got to ask yourself, what did you do before public education?
Yeah, I went to college and got my degree, but that shit bored me, man. I'm like, I started to go back and get another degree. I'm like, for what? This shit is boring.
X over Y didn't do nothing for me either. But from an educational perspective, I mean, it's just in my background.
No, I ain't knocking nobody. I ain't knocking nobody. Now that's what you do. You do.
But what I'm saying is,
But I'm just co-signing what you just said about self-education.
YouTube University, you are in a better situation to educate yourself. You know, how is it that these international schools can hire me, but I can't provide intellectual property in my own community? I mean, I'm gracious that y'all understand that, and I'm in this platform, right? But we don't have, this is what I've been talking about. How do you change our culture to have an appreciation for each other? You know, how do we bring about respect to each other? You know, you work that out, I'll be right here waiting. But then, you know, unless you can tell me different. Man, I ain't listening to all that stuff, all talking about all this kind of stuff. You see? But
man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Dallas Cowboy play tonight, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Man, hell what that mean, man.
right. And these are the
Man, I don't care what you say. Michael Jordan is the best player ever. He had 69 dunks, 37 runarounds, 66 of these, and 74 of those.
Man can give you all the statistics, but can't tell you the reading statistics of kids in their own community.
right.
Correct.
And half the people and half the students, according to Polk County School Board, can't read. So
Can't read.
The adults can't read. I read what they post. These people can't even write a complete sentence. And they're not trying to do better. They think they're doing something. I'm doctor, I'm prophetess, I'm pastor, I'm all of this stuff, all of this, what I call posturing. You know, all this posturing
Right.
is ego. So in your own community, how do you bring about a change in that? And I'm here to tell you, when all of this election stuff is over with, and when you get into 2025, it's going to be a lot of casualties because you, as far as black men is concerned, you became obsolete in the mid 60s. You became obsolete when you traded ownership for integration. These people ain't got no use for you. What can you do? Yeah. When the last time you seen a black man pick oranges? So all I'm saying is we're going to have to build a culture of education and make sure that education is not regarded as some sort of disease like Ebola.
Well,
Education is continuous. Technology moves so fast. Matter of fact, let me show you how fast technology moves, right? When I designed my course overseas, education moves so fast that I have to update my curriculum from week to week. Oh, that's the survey. Hey, pull that survey up, Dr. Juice. I just finished it for you. Pull up the real survey. I just sent it to you. Sure, I put your logo on it. And I'll talk about that for a minute. See, there's a need for communication skills in our community, especially with our young people. I saw a young lady post that. So Dr. Juice and I, we spoke about that. And I said, you know what, Dr. Juice, why don't we create a survey so that we can send to your audience so that we can measure the interest of such a program? Leadership and communication. There you go. There's a survey right there. What you think about that, Dr. Juice? There's a survey. You need to publish that. We can publish that. It's called community engagement. And we need to measure.
you know what's amazing to me is this very thing that we're talking about, communication and leadership. and whatnot. We all didn't have parents that talked, that enunciated and pronunciated, but the majority of us had parents who would not sit around and allow you not to enunciate and pronunciate. So what am I
Well,
saying?
well,
It
sir, we had
starts at
Roosevelt.
home. Say again?
I was saying that, think about your institution. We had teachers at Roosevelt. You see, the reason why these kids don't know about it because you don't talk about it. But when
I
you look,
I get I get that, but what I'm
oh,
saying is, as a people, we didn't tolerate it. Almost a bum on the street wouldn't let you talk like he was talking. I mean, we expected something of our next generation. And we I saw this coming when they came out with the whole Ebonics mess. Because what that was the beginning of the avalanche of lowering expectations. When we know English is the language that businesses spoke in, why is it we would allow our kids not to speak it properly? We were we had we were bilingual. We were bilingual. We could speak street slang in the hood, but when we get in that boardroom, we'll say, "Hi, John. How are you today? You doing wonderful? Great. I'm doing awesome. How's the wife and kids?" You know, we could
you trying
speak
to be white. You trying to be
both.
white.
You're right, right. That's all you get now. Everybody got to talk so-called thug or whatever. You don't even know what some of them saying. They be like, oh, blah, 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 blah," like they got a bunch of gum in their mouth. So, so where is the expectations? I'm so sick of these parents that only facilitate their kids. What do you mean, Mark? They act like the U.S. government. They just throw money at them. They just throw money at them. Whatever you want. There you go. There you go. I'm a big parent because my kid is spoiled and my kid can do whatever they want to do, but they can't talk and they can't read. So when you're gone, they're not going to be doing much. So to jump on your point, as a community, we got to get serious about this. Just as serious as we are about raising the next Emmett Smith come Pee Wee football time. The park is full of students and parents, boys and girls, cheerleading, football. Can we be out there for enunciation and pronunciation? So I agree with y'all wholeheartedly. We got to become bilingual again or trilingual,
Let me
and we
play
got to
some
push
real
it.
quick for y'all. Show y'all that we've been on code for centuries now. Just to show y'all what the Democrats and how we've been fighting against this political system. Because to me personally, I ain't got to be a part of the whole political system. I'm just keeping it about 100. Long as my economic game is Trump tight,
Right.
no pun intended. But I'm good. Let's just show y'all how we've been on code. Listen to this sister right here.
That more than anything else, abortion is racism. It is a way of pruning, if you will, the black population. In 1973, shortly after the civil rights struggle, when there were more benefits for the black people, all of a sudden we were given this free thing from the Society of America, abortion. 78% of your free abortion clinics were placed in black and urban areas for the purpose of something free of charge from a racist society. As to put it in words of one pro-abortionist, we don't need so many Negroes anymore. There's no more cotton to pick. So with these feelings about black people, this was one way of doing it as a social benefit, if you will. We're here to help you. Black women, and let it be stated, black women never demonstrated, demanded, or even requested the right to an abortion. We've been asking for the right to decent housing, the right to education, in fact, the right to health care. And all we've been given free of charge is the right to kill our unborn child. We are still struggling for equal opportunity. If a black woman walks into a hospital and says she is in need of some sort of medical care, she would be turned away unless she has Medicaid or Blue Cross or or Medicare. But if she asks for an abortion, there are no questions. We will be glad to kill the baby in your womb. It is demeaning to the black woman because when you wanted us, in other words, when we were on the plantation, you snatched the newborn baby from my arms and sold it into slavery. Today, you cut it out of the womb and throw it in the garbage or use it for human experimentation. Let it be known that over 80% of black Americans are against abortion on demand. Let it be known that black women never requested, demanded, nor demonstrated for abortion. Yes, some black legislators believe that if white women have it, black women want it. They don't know black women. I do believe that more than
There it is. I mean, that was in the 70s. Come on. Now you telling me you're going to run a whole campaign to our women and talking about that's what you want politically, black woman? You want abortion. You want. They dress it up in so many vague word salad terms. They call it reproduction rights. They call it women's rights. They call it whatever rights. I mean,
yeah.
Mark,
Protecting a woman's autonomy to her body. What? So yeah. It's sad, and we fall. See, they've been trying to crack the armor of our family structure for a long time, and now they finally done it.
I'm gonna tell you who responsible for it. I'm gonna show you who responsible for it, and he's steadily been trying to do it. And he came out, and y'all didn't even pay attention to this right here. That Negro right there. This is Margaret Sanger on the right. She was a eugenist, and she was a open KKK supporter. And she said she's the woman who started Planned Parenthood. That's who gave the blueprints to the group called Planned Parenthood. That's a Democratic donator. They are big donations. They give big donations to the Democrat Party. Planned Parenthood. You see it at the bottom down there? Right at the bottom, right here. Y'all see that? Margaret Sanger, founder of the Planned Parenthood. And here go your boy Barry. We are truly grateful to you. Thank you, Planned Parenthood. God bless. Barry Obama. He supports the killing and the slaughter and the abortion of black kids. Margaret Sanger, you can look this up if you think I'm playing. She wrote a letter to J. Edgar Hoover. She did a memo, and it's called the Negro Project. Go look it up. It's called the Negro Project. She wrote a letter and said that black males must be exterminated at birth because they will denigrate the country. He wrote that to J. Edgar Hoover, the director of the FBI. Go look it up. It's called the Negro Project. We drop facts over here, y'all. I would pull it up for you, but we don't have the time right now. We're finna kind of wrap things up. Bro Mark, Bro Voss, give us some closing statements. Please, sirs.
We gotta wake up. We gotta suit up. We gotta break the chains off of our minds, and we have to we gotta learn up. We gotta educate up. As Professor Voss said, not necessarily just by going to somebody college paying them too much money to learn how to cook eggs. But we can self-educate. We've been doing it for thousands of years. And we can learn the game. We can learn a game. And we operate it and we can take it over like we do with everything. But we are stuck on stupid and taking over ignorance. And we gotta stop it. And I'll sign off with that.
Gentlemen, been hearing a lot of conversation about 2025. Every time I look around, somebody says, "Oh well, on line number 2025."
But it can't tell you nothing about it.
But here's my questions to you, gentlemen. Why can't we have our own damn 2025? Why can't we come up with our list as a people?
Salute, Professor. Let's give Professor a hand for that question right now. Gotta give him a hand for that.
Why can't we document and publish our strategy? And I've never seen that. I've never seen Black people do that. All I'm hearing is them crying about somebody else's 2025. Why can't we come up with our own 2025? And I'm just gonna land my plane on that, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, baby. I love it.
we had to clear the runway for that one, Professor. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen, man, it's been a great show. Listen, thank y'all again for joining us here at Urban Matters Black Media Group. Hey, and this is what we dropping facts, we dropping the science, we dropping the business ethics, we dropping everything that's going to benefit the Black community first, and then we'll help everybody else out. But here, this is where Black media matters. Facts matter. This is Urban Matters Black Media Group. And listen, man, these fellas come to bat for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go and check us out at Urban Matters Black Media Group at TikTok. You can also check us out at Urban Matters Matter live chat on Facebook. And you can also find us at Urban Matters BMG at YouTube. And y'all listen, man. We go through a lot, man. We trying to get the ladies to tap in with us. Sisters, don't listen to none of that garbage they telling y'all that brothers don't care about their sisters. That is so far from the truth, Professor. You got something to say?
No, I was inviting the sisters. Y'all wait.
Inviting them. Exactly. Sisters, listen. We love y'all input. Listen, we really value your opinion. We'll value your presence, and we're valuing all the time our sisters' respect and honor. That's what it's about. The Black nuclear family, the Black structure of the Black family. We're trying to bring it back. I know that they've been fighting us, but listen, we here. Y'all make sure y'all tap into this Urban Black Media and hit the QR code on the screen right there. You just scan it with your camera, donate, because we need all donations, because we're going to start pouring into the young. Professor is going to start a new AI technology program. We're going to be doing some data science programs. We're going to be teaching cybersecurity. We got to get up to date on technology. If not, we're going to be roadkill on this technology superhighway. So you don't want to be roadkill. I'm telling you, family, this thing is not going to wait on us anymore. We got to get on board. Y'all make sure y'all like and share. Hit the like button before you get out of here. Make sure you like and share this video with your family, and make sure you keep tuning in. We're going to keep tuning in with you. We're going to keep bringing you this hot fire. We're going to keep bringing you this science, and we're going to keep bringing you this Black media, because Black media matters. Urban Matters is out.
That was smooth. I like that.